Hello, welcome back to another episode of Tarot CelebriTEA with your boy Ducky. Today we're going to be reading Camila Cabello and Lauren Jauregui's cards. I hope I pronounced her last name correct. Jauregui. Um, but we're gonna see what they think of one another and some advice for them, of course, because here in the Ducky channel we're all about self-improvement, introspection. That way we can continue working on ourselves to be the best version of ourselves that we can. Let's get ready for this reading. So remember that these videos are for entertainment purposes. And why is that? That is because we don't have Lauren or Camila here to confirm nor deny that what I'm seeing in the cards is factual or not and resonates with them. So remember to take what I say with a grain of salt. Don't be trying to cause no arguments, okay? Because I'm a Gemini. I'm super sweet, but sometimes some of y'all be testing my patience. And I'm like, yo, listen, did you not hear the beginning when I said to just take what I said with a grain of salt? Or several grain of salt? So yesterday someone was like, that card has a reversal meaning. And I was like, no, sweetie. I was like, in this deck, it doesn't. And they're like, well, I saw a YouTube video. I ain't even going to get into it, y'all. So there's always going to be people critiquing, always going to be people hating, no matter even if you're trying to spread love and light and you're all rainbows and sunshine, someone just always will always want to argue with you. So remember to just conserve your energy, keep your energy for yourself if there's people like that in your life, and keep on doing your stuff. Keep on being your bad self, okay? Go on with your bad self, okay? Shoo, sheesh. All right, so let's get ready for Camila Cabello and Lauren Jauregui's cards. So let's get ready for this reading. All right, let's get some cards for Lauren. What does Lauren think of Camila? Six of Pentacles. Ooh. The Fool. Ooh. And the Five of Swords. All right. Now let's get some cards representing what does Camila think of Lauren. The Ace of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. The Queen of Swords. Ooh, interesting. All right, so let's start with Lauren's cards. What does she think of Camila? So with the Six of Pentacles showing up here, Lauren thinks that Camila is very generous, very giving, very kind-hearted, always wants to be helpful towards others. And she's also very adventurous, very fun to be around. Lauren thinks that Camila, not only is she caring and giving, but Camila is always down to like have fun, to try new things, to go explore, to go be out in nature. But also with the Five of Swords here, the Five of Swords normally talks about feeling defeated and having this defeatist mentality. I feel like Lauren sometimes thinks that Camila sometimes gives up too quickly is kind of what I'm what I'm thinking, is what I'm seeing, is that maybe Camila is very adventurous, or she thinks that Camila is very adventurous and very giving, but sometimes maybe when Camila is like overly giving and overly, trying to be there for other people, um she does it because she cares, and sometimes those people that she tries to care for and look after and help, they don't change, or they don't realize how much Camila has done for them. And then Camila kind of gets in this like defeatist mentality where she's like, well, that's it then, that's that, you know, like and then she kind of gives up quickly. So I don't know, maybe it seems like I'm getting the sense that maybe Camila kind of like gave up on Lauren a little bit. Like that's why Lauren feels like Camila sometimes gives up on people. Um or has this defeatist mindset sometimes, and I don't know if it's Camila herself who feels ends up feeling very defeated, or if it's that Camila feels very defeated when it comes to her relationships with other people, whether that's like friendly relationships, romantic relationships, and whatnot. But there's some kind of defeatist mentality and mindset that Lauren sees Camila having. So let's get some more depth and detail into Camila's cards. What does she think of Lauren now? So Camila thinks that Lauren is a little bit unstable in the sense of not having a grounded foundation. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying that, you know, Camila thinks that Lauren is like unstable or anything. I just think that like maybe Lauren is just like all over the place when it comes to her careers and her goals, and Camila thinks that Lauren can really just be a little bit more grounded, have a little bit more of a plan on like how to work towards her goals. That way they can start, you know, growing. She could plant the seeds and they could start growing and becoming fruitful and abundant. So this came out in reverse. Also with the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups always talks about kind of like boredom and depression. So I feel like Camila thinks that Lauren just gets really bored of things so quickly. And she gets bored of the little minute, tiny little things. And that's why like Camila feels Lauren is a little bit not very grounded when it comes to her goals and her dreams and her ideals, because Camila feels that Lauren just kind of gets bored of the little like nitty gritty, the fine tuning, the fine details of things. She has these dreams, she has these goals, but when it comes to like getting really condensed and really having to fine tune things, fine tweak things, that's where Camila feels that Lauren gets bored, and then she kind of just like doesn't finish her goals and finish her things. Um, but on a positive note, with the Queen of Swords here, Camila feels that Lauren is just very witty, very sharp tongued, very smart. Um, and I could see that with Lauren, that like Lauren is very smart, very intellectual, and very good with her words and in her speech. And she's very witty and very sharp tongued. Like Camila feels that Lauren is one of those good friends that like if someone's talking bad about one of Lauren's friends, Lauren is going to be one of the first ones to really just like talk back to whoever is talking badly of the people she cares about. So that's very good. So that's what I'm seeing so far. Now let's get some advice for both of them. All right. All right, so let's get some advice for Lauren. Jauregui. Lauren Jauregui. Advice the Fool. Wow, how interesting. Showing up. Whoa, the Five of Swords. How interesting, y'all. I shuffled these twice just now. That's crazy. The Three of Pentacles. All right, and let's get some advice for Camila. Two of Pentacles. Five of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. Ooh. Ooh. And let's get some oracle cards for them, for some advice. I'm gonna have to probably reference the book on these oracle cards, because these Camelot Oracle cards, there are some decks that sometimes you buy, and then you're like, I just cannot seem to like wrap my head around them. Camelot is one of them. The Doubtful Path. Ooh, okay, I won't need to check that one. And then we got Boars. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I won't need to check either of them. Okay. Never mind. I take what I just said back. So let's start with Lauren's advice. So Lauren's advice is to be a little bit more adventurous. Go after what you want to do, Lauren. Like, she needs to just seek out her dreams, go out and seek out her dreams, and be a little bit of a risk taker, not feel so defeated, not feel like even if she takes risks and they don't come to fruition, to not feel so hard about herself, so down about herself. And with the Three of Pentacles here, the Three of Pentacles to me is all about people coming together and working well together. So the advice for Lauren is to just learn how to kind of work with others a little bit more. And instead of like, whenever working with other people, instead of feeling defeated or feeling like she doesn't have the same types of skills that the people she's working with have, she needs to focus a little bit more on her own skills, on what she brings to the table, because everyone that comes in a group project, they all have different strengths and weaknesses, and she just needs to not feel so down about herself and be like, dang, like, I'm working with all these like great producers, and I'm getting the sense that like maybe she feels like if she works with great artists or musicians or producers, she might feel a little bit defeated, because she's like, dang, like, they're so much more talented than I am. But no, sweetie, don't do it. With the Doubtful Path, don't doubt yourself. Don't be doubting yourself, Lauren. Remember that we all have our certain strengths, and what some of Lauren's strengths are her speech, her thoughts, her words. So she really needs to hone in more on her thoughts and her words. A lot of very good like lyricist songwriting is kind of what I'm seeing. So there's no need for doubting oneself, because that'll just get Lauren into a defeated mindset, and she just needs to go and be a little bit more adventurous, work with different people who she hasn't really worked with, or create, just experiment, whether it's like experimenting with music, experimenting with different career paths, but learning how to like work with others, and knowing that she also brings a lot of skills and talents to the forefront and to the table, just as much as anyone else who she's working with. So there's no need for doubt. Now with Camila's advice, we got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So normally the Two of Pentacles is all about, look at that, like juggling, doing so much, doing a lot of things, balancing a lot of things at once. But in reverse, the advice for Camila is to try not to be so overly ambitious of wanting to do a lot of things that like she gets overwhelmed, and then she gets herself in a lot of like challenging binds, because the Five of Wands is all about challenges. So she just needs to be aware that if she does want to do a lot, it is going to be challenging, and she just needs to get herself ready for those challenges. But the advice for her is to really just be mindful, because with the Knight of Wands here, the Knight of Wands is, the very ambitious, passionate knight. Camila is very passionate and ambitious in regards to what she wants to accomplish. So she just needs to remember that when things get challenging, to be aware of that, to be aware that, she's wanting to do a lot of things at once, and to just be aware that challenges will arise. If she wants to keep on being very passionate and ambitious and driven, she just needs to be mindful that when things do get tough, to just get herself in that headspace. But I'm also seeing like she doesn't always need to be overly ambitious. Um, she also can take some time to heal, to do some own inner healing, because shining light, So I'm getting the sense like she her advice is to also shine light and to really do some introspection and being like, well, why do I always feel like I got so much on my plate and I'm spreading myself thin. Well, it's because you're very ambitious and there's nothing wrong with that. But like if you're overly ambitious and you want to accomplish a lot of things, just know that you are going to feel like you're spreading yourself thin and it's going to cause some challenges. But with this card here, like it's nothing that she can't handle. I just feel like Camila sometimes gets a little bit overwhelmed and then she feels like, dang, why am I always so or like why am I always like so stressed? Why like is this so challenging? Well, girl, it's because you're overly ambitious. So she just needs to be mindful of that like she can accomplish those things, but she just needs to also take that time to really do some self-healing, especially when she's wanting to accomplish a lot of things. She just needs to remember to keep on, healing herself. And with the light shining on the hands, there's something about the hands that she needs to maybe check. I don't know if maybe it's like carpal tunnel or something, but there's some kind of healing that she needs to like be mindful of, especially with the hands. Um, I don't know. Like I'm not one of those people that's like, like tarot and all these things can replace going to the doctor and stuff, but I'm getting the sense that like some advice for her is to really go to the doctor and like check out what might be going on with her hands. Um Maybe her hands just get really cold, kind of like mine, and it could be like from something with like carpal tunnel or just bad circulation on extremities. She really needs to go check that out. And I'm getting the sense it could be just because of a lot of like writing. She's doing a lot of writing. She has a lot of things she's wanting to accomplish, a lot of um, goals and things. So she just needs to be aware of that, not trying to not spread herself too thin. But if she does feel like she's spreading herself thin, just know that that is a challenge. That is an obstacle when it comes to being very ambitious, and that's okay. Um, so let's finish up with what everyone wants to know is, are they friends? Are Lauren and Camila friends? Is there potential for them to be friends if they're not like really in talking terms as much? So let's see. All right. Okay, so what is the outcome with these two energies when they come together, or if they come together? The Seven of Pentacles. Ooh. The Justice card. Ooh. Wheel of Fortune. That's beautiful. All right, so immediately I'm getting the sense that if they do come together or if they already are together, like as in friends, of course, it's going to take time with the 7 of Pentacles. There's some time and patience that's going to be required, that's going to be needed um with these two. Um but like it's gonna be very well, and especially with the Justice card here, they're gonna balance each other out. Everything's gonna even out, smooth out. Whatever problems may have happened between the two of them is gonna be evened out. It's gonna be balanced out, and they're gonna have a lot of good times together. The Wheel of Fortune is nothing but beautiful, good luck, good success, happiness, joy, some good fortune. It's just it'll take time because sometimes with friends, whenever you disconnect and then you reconnect, sometimes it takes time to kind of get to know what one another is like in their at that point where they're at on their journey, on their life. But it seems like everything is gonna even out. Everything's gonna be great. They're gonna be in a very good spot. So also because I also, I I like looking at both heads or both sides of the coin. Let's see what happens if these two energies don't get together as friends anymore. We got the Five of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Ooh, so there is going to be some emotional heartache, some emotional loss, especially with all of these being cup cards. Wow, that is crazy. So with the Five of Cups, normally the Five of Cups represents sorrow, um, losing more than you have gained. But in reverse, it could represent that, yeah, there's going to be some sadness, but there's also some good things that can happen out of this. And with the Six of Cups, if these two energies, if Lauren and Camila don't come together, at least they had some great memories together. The Six of Cups is all about having some great memories, some good friendships, and with the Ace of Cups in reverse, though, there is a loss of love. There is a great loss of love. And again, y'all, like, I'm not saying a romantic love. I'm talking about, like a friendly type of love. There is a friendly type of love that would be very lost. And they're just going to kind of like reminisce and be like, being like, well, at least we had some good memories. And there's going to be some heartache, but there's also going to be some good things. But like, either way, like they're going to be fine, y'all. If they do become friends or not, or if they already are friends. But I feel like if they were to try and take that time to come together again as friends, Camila and Lauren, it's going to turn out very well for them. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities for them, is what I'm seeing. Opportunities for them to continue to grow and be there for one another, and maybe even collaborate on projects together. Because Camila is very ambitious and Lauren is very well with her words and with her speech and stuff like that. So I don't know. Either way, it's good. I mean, of course, we are all the directors of our own lives. And so it just depends on what they're wanting. But I really feel like if they come together, or if they already have come together, it will take a little bit of time, but it's going to be very good. And if they decide not to, at least they have some good memories with one another while they were friends. But it still might be a little bit sad. But that's it for this reading. Please let me know what you thought of it. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy this reading. Feel free to drop a suggestion on what videos I should add on my to-do list. And with that being said, feel free to subscribe to my channel. That will really help me out. Go check me out on Twitch whenever I'm live. I mainly do gaming, but I might start doing tarot card readings again from time to time. I'm not sure yet, just because I do enjoy these tarot CelebriTEA readings that I'm doing for tarot. So that's it for me. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.